Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today we're going to be reacting to Daniel Thrasher, reacting to Reddit stories. So, we're going to react to a reaction of a reaction. Um, but yeah, so let's get started. Let's do this. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was a clear demonstration of overreacting. That's what we're going to be dealing with today. Am I overreacting?
Let's
take a look. Am I overreacting? I think my significant other has the worst style ever. And then we get these leprechaun shoes. You know what this looks like immediately, dude? Is the berries and cream guy. I'm just getting full little lad
he's kind of right about
here.
that one.
Just full, just some vibes like this here. Straight up Pilgrim, dude. Freaking Pilgrim. So my significant other said they were going shopping for new shoes and sends me this picture. Like, when we first started dating, their style was pretty normal.
Bro, if you're going shopping and you get those shoes, sorry, but I ain't ever talking to you again. Like, how are you gonna go shopping and get shoes and think that's a good pick? Like, are you stupid?
Or average. But recently they started purchasing the most outlandish gear. You know what, dude? When I was in high school, I would look at r/men's fashion advice or male fashion advice. I'm sure it's not like this, but the vibe gives me that. You know, just like everybody's wearing a suit or whatever. But this is back in the day. At first I thought they were trying to be funny or something, like buying a silly shirt and wearing it out once to get a couple laughs, but now it's an ongoing thing. Has anyone else ever been in a situation like this? How should I approach it? I mean, these shoes are out of hand. I never agreed to date a pilgrim. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it suck to date somebody and they're completely, you know, seemingly normal?
I would hate to be dating a pilgrim. That would suck so bad.
And then they start having these like artistic expressions of self, which is totally fine, but it makes them look like a leprechaun everywhere you go. But here's what's probably happening, right? This guy is getting a lot of positive reinforcement whenever they go out. You know, a lot of times people will say, hey, I like your blank, as a way to say, hey, I notice your blank. But I see a guy like this, and every time he goes out, somebody is saying, hey, man, I like your shoes, or hey, nice shoes, you know? And he takes that literally. And he's like, wow, people like, maybe I'm fashion forward. When really, they're just acknowledging that he has a different look. And maybe some of them do like it. Maybe some of them do sincerely enjoy this little leprechaun situation. But yeah, this being your partner, I think it's worth talking about. You know, is it a deal breaker? No. I mean, you know, people dress in goofy stuff all the time, especially if you live in LA. You know, people will be rocking this unironically. But this is a crazy fit, though. It literally does look like a costume. I'm pretty sure I've worn this before. But let's see. Let's see what people are saying. So nice of him to show you his new uniform before he goes off to work at the North Pole. Kids? Are we assuming the significant other in question is a male? The ankles are so dainty, and the high red socks? I was 1,000% picturing this with a mini black dress or something, and was thinking it's not so bad, but this is a whole plot twist. Yeah, no, I knew this was a guy. I think it's a guy. Yeah, no, I think this is a dude, man. Okay, but are you actually looking for advice or just want joke responses? Have you talked to them, and what did they say? If not, that's the first step. It's not about, I don't agree to date a pilgrim. It's more, hey, I've noticed you've been changing your style a lot. Why is that? I think that's a good question. Just, you know, fishing for information. You're like, hey, why
Notification.
do this? Is there something going on? You know, do you feel like you're not getting enough? This is clearly a attention-seeking behavior a little bit. A little bit. I mean, like, you know, wearing new, like getting new shoes or a new, you know, tracksuit or like a new jacket or something or a different hairstyle. Like, yeah, that could be for the person. And that could be for, you know, yeah, I want to feel more attractive.
By the way, if my girlfriend's watching this, sorry I'm not checking that immediately. I'll check it after this video.
Whatever that is, that's totally fine. But then you get something like this going on, and that's like a different thing. It's like, I'm going to wear a Shrek costume when I go out to the bar tonight. Under the guise of, I think it's fun, it's funny, you know. But then, you know, the root of it is like, I want people to come up and talk to me and ask me like, hey, what the hell is going on? You know? Yeah, I don't know. This guy needs attention. Let's see this. I dated a chick once that genuinely...
No, like, we each have our own attention span, and we each strive for different attention spans from other people. And we want those spans to be on us, you know? So, I don't blame him. He probably is trying to get attention, but I mean... That's some crazy way to get some attention right there.
liked outlandish, tacky clothing. If they have the confidence to pull it off, I don't care what someone wears. I just never get embarrassed of what other people are wearing, unless we're talking about something that's just situationally inappropriate. Yeah, wear that at a funeral, dude. Obviously, you wouldn't. When it could be considered offensive, I'd be exhausted if other people's outfits embarrassed me. I can only worry about my own stuff. I don't have the capacity to worry about someone else's outfit, too. Good luck talking them out of the shoes. I find them weirdly interesting and wouldn't be that put off seeing someone else wear them. That's a cool attitude. Confidence really makes an outfit work, and worrying about others' clothes is just extra stress nobody needs. Yeah, I'm mostly similar. I don't really worry about what other people wear around me or anything like that because, look, I have the same 5 shirts in every video I ever do. I found one good manufacturer that does my t-shirts, and I buy from them all the time, and I only wear like 5 colors. Like, I'm not here to judge anybody's outfit. I never grew up with that being important. In fact, if somebody wears something like Supreme or whatever, I hate to say this, but I do judge them almost negatively, and I don't want to. It just makes me go, oh, this type of aesthetic is important to you. I'm going to categorize you as somebody who enjoys wearing Supreme and likes these, showy things, and that's going to change my opinion of you, not for the better, which is unfortunate. I don't want to be that guy. I'm sure they're nice people, but different people place important things on different things, and I try to come from an accepting and understanding mindset. However, these are leprechaun shoes, dude. I hope that this person follows the rainbow and finds the gold. All right, next. By the way, today's video was brought to you by Extra, specifically the Extra Wallet Pro, the next-gen Italian leather smart wallet of the future. I mean, just look at this metal. Oblivious to surroundings, LOL. What did I for breaking up over this? You're literally so oblivious to surroundings, LOL. What did I miss now, LOL? That guy on the train, he was staring at you the whole time, like an hour, and you didn't even notice? Oh, that? No, I did notice. Question mark, question mark. And you didn't care some dude was staring at you like that? Okay, what is she gonna do? Hey, stop staring! Hey, knock it off! I mean, you could do that, but some people just avoid this type of conflict, and also guys are unpredictable. Strange men can be unpredictable. Why does she have to confront that guy? And you didn't care some dude was staring at you like that? Yeah, not the first time I've been stared at. I was minding my own business. What, do you want me to fight him? Jesus, blank. He was literally undressing you with his eyes, and you smiled at him? Like, what the F was that? Hey, you ever heard of a diffusion tactic? A lot of people out there, unfortunately, have adopted behaviors or strategies to diffuse what could be a dangerous situation. And I say unfortunately because it's unfortunate that this has to happen in the first place. But if you're an attractive woman on a subway or whatever, from my understanding, and not that, I'm a woman or have lived this experience, it's a big deal that a lot of women all the time are just kind of doing what they can to sort of get through the moment so they can get off safely. It's like girls will a lot of times give a guy their phone number, their real phone number, and then just block them. Because it's like easier to do that than it is to say, oh, I'm not interested. Oh, I'm not attracted to you, blah, blah, blah. Especially if you're alone, because it could be a dangerous situation. There's a lot of people a lot of men who can't handle rejection. There's a lot of women also who can't handle rejection, but women aren't as dangerous. Anyway, let's keep reading. Yeah, smiled because he said thank you when I helped him before he was staring at me. Yeah, exactly. You helped him. You smiled at him. You made it easy for him to think you were interested. That's why he was staring. No, I made it easy for him to keep his bag in place, and I smiled because I'm polite, not because I'm in love with him. What are you even saying right now? Blank face. I think when you're micromanaging other people's behaviors like this, you're obviously deeply insecure. You think that they're cheating on you, or you think they're going to. This is not a recipe for success. If you're in a relationship and you feel like you have to point out another person's behavior over and over again, if you're on the doing side of that, where you're pointing out the other person's behavior, it's not fun. It's not something you want to do. It's not a relationship you want to be in. You don't want to keep doing that, right? But being on the receiving end of that is also more so not fun. Because, let's say you are with somebody who seemingly flirts with people. And that's not what I'm saying this is. This is not what that is. This guy is being extremely possessive and stuff. But if we're to do a thought experiment and try to see the world through this somewhat crooked lens that this guy is coming from, why do you want to be in a relationship where you're constantly nagging the other person, where you're constantly trying to correct their behavior? Clearly, you don't trust them. Why? Did you do something that you're projecting now that you don't trust them? Or have they done something in the past that makes you feel this way? Otherwise...
Yeah, this guy's just all kinds of crazy / weird. This is so stupid to overreact about.
If none of those things are true, then you got to work on yourself, homie. You got to work on your insecurities, because this micromanagerial stuff, ultimately, you trust your partner or you don't. Doesn't matter who you're dating, doesn't matter what they do, what you do. If they really wanted to do something bad in the relationship, they could do it at any point. Ultimately, you have to sort of just trust the other person. Because if you live your life paranoid, you're going to drive yourself to insanity. You are naive as F. You seriously don't know how men think. You just keep being the sweet little girl and expect not to get stared at like that. Hey, you're being really condescending. You don't need to help a random guy, especially grown-ass men, and smiling? Message was deleted. How are you this clueless? And this guy's heated because he's been sending these messages for 3 minutes straight. That's 3 minutes of pure lava. And he's pouring into his phone on this girl. And also, their backdrop is a cute little light floral pattern. It's like throwing a grenade at a puppet show for kids. If I'm talking to this guy, if this guy's a friend of mine, which I would not be friends with this person, I would not want to be friends with this person, I would sit him down and I would go, let's get to the root of this. You don't think that your partner is intelligent enough to be able to deal with a social situation. What do you think she's going to do ultimately? What do you think the guy's going to do? Is it because you're worried for her safety? If you're worried for her safety and you want her to change her behavior because you were sincerely worried for her safety, then that's a conversation you can bring up in a less heated way, without calling her naive AF and calling her clueless. Like you're
you don't need to bully / just absolutely condescend her just because you're like, this isn't the situation, I'm sure, because this does not seem like a situation where he's trying to make sure she's safe. And if he is, this is a messed up way of doing that. But you don't need to bully her and condescend her about certain things just because you're insecure and you can't, you don't trust her to be loyal, is basically what you're going at here. So I agree with Daniel here, like, work on yourself before you get into a relationship, because that's just not going to end well if you're this insecure.
Giving her character traits. And the title here says AIO for breaking up over this. No, you're not.
And yeah, my final verdict is no, you are not overreacting. The guy is overreacting, yes, very much so, but the girl, no. You made the right decision here.
Overreacting. This is the correct thing to do. He's trying to control your behavior, control where your eyes go, control whether or not you smile at certain people. It's the A word, dog. It's abuse.
And in the end, he's just going to keep trying to control you and manipulate you into doing the things he wants to do and making you do things that you might not want to do. So, in reality, you were right for doing this.
And I could sit here and try to get inside this guy's head, because I always try to do that, and a lot of times to a fault, and you guys rightly point that out. Yeah, ultimately, dude, you decide whether or not you want to be treated a certain way. You teach people how to treat you, right? I always say that. Yeah, this is one of those situations you got to get out of there. Okay, stop. I'm not going to be rude to every man for no reason. I wasn't flirting. I didn't invite him. I was just being polite and doing my own thing. I don't enjoy this either. And then he responds with what is a great line. Don't act like victim.
Oh
so does that mean she's a perpetrator? That is such a red flag phrase. Don't act like a victim. That is like clear manipulator language.
Exactly.
I mean, what did you expect? What the F? It's literally consequences of your own actions. Boy, what the F?
So you're telling me that this guy doesn't want his girl to help a guy out that's on a subway train? And then he's going to act like this because you smiled and he looked at you. It's not like she can control rather he looks at her or not. So this guy is freaking absolutely insane.
F, are you high? Because genuinely, are you rage baiting me or something? Do you even hear yourself? Consequences of my actions? I smiled at a man for saying thank you.
Exactly.
You want me to snarl next time or bite him or what? There it is. You can't handle criticism, so now you're screaming LMAO. Criticism, dude? Do you get into a relationship hoping that you get to freely criticize your partner all the time? Is that what you want? Criticism? Nah, I'm done. You're not my mentor or dad. And then message was deleted. I'm sure he said something crazy. You don't get to lecture me, and you certainly don't get to talk to me this way. Are you effing serious? You are breaking up over this? Over this? You are a joke. You can't even handle an adult.
Now he's going off because he's mad because he didn't get his way. This is so stupid. I can't even freaking understand people sometimes. This is ridiculous.
Conversation. No, this isn't an adult conversation. You're not acting like an adult. Straight A's don't make you smart in real life. You are the best example of that. Straight A's? Okay, so are you guys in high school? Where the hell
Yeah,
are you? Oh
unfortunately.
my god. Op is 16 and he's 18. Oh my
Ah,
god, I can't
makes
believe
sense.
that. Oh my god. Now it makes sense. He's a child. You can't even handle an adult conversation. Straight A's don't make you smart in real life. You're the best example of that. I still found that attractive. No one else is going to put up with it. That is awesome manipulator phrase. No one else will love you. Dog, we have a psycho here. Then we have a time jump here, it seems. I know you probably don't even want to read this, and maybe I don't deserve a reply, but I
No.
need you to hear me just once. I didn't mean to make you feel like you did something wrong. You didn't. You were just being kind.
So now you realize after she breaks up with you, that's a red flag right there. He's just desperate and wants you back. And once he gets you back, maybe like a week or two he'll change, and then he's gonna go right back like that. He's gonna go right back to being a jerk.
You are kind, and I love that about you. What a crazy flip, dude. I was the one who made it ugly, and I hate that I did, but please understand it wasn't because I don't trust you, it's because I can't stand how people look at you, like you're something to stare at. Like they're allowed to take up space in your world even for a second. It eats me alive the way guys look at you because I know how amazing you are, and I know what they're thinking, and I just lost it. I didn't know how to say, I'm scared of losing you, so I said every wrong thing instead. I pushed you away when you were doing nothing but being good to me. I know sorry isn't enough, but I mean it. I'm sorry, and I miss you so much. If you'd let me try again, I swear I'll show you I can be better, not just for you, but because you make me want to be. Please don't shut the door completely, please. This takes time. A guy's got to suffer consequences for his
stupid.
actions to be able to actually
Like,
change. But if he does this and she opens the door back,
he's so desperate
they'll
right
fall
now.
into old habits within a matter of weeks.
Exactly.
He's got to actually learn that there are real significant consequences to.
Because if you got back together with him right now, he is gonna just switch up like that and go back into his old habit, like he just said. Like, don't get back together with him. I don't think she did, but in case you were thinking about it, don't. Like, this guy's absolutely insane and crazy and just will overreact with the slightest little thing like that. And then you're going to end up in a heaping argument again, and then it's just going to go worse from there. So, I don't think she was overreacting at all. I think the guy was overreacting, and you did the exact right choice. I would have done the exact same thing. Not the guy, but if I was the girl, I would have broken up with him immediately.
To talking like this to somebody. She's got to leave. You know, and maybe there's a world where this guy can change. It doesn't look
There's
good.
there's no world that this guy can change. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer, but like there's no world where this guy changes.
Anything under a microscope like this looks awful, you know? But, you know, right now, the only way he can learn from this is if she leaves him entirely. The only way he can actually learn from this is if he has an actual consequence to his actions. And then he goes, oh, no, I was being stupid. I was being really stupid, actually.
Exactly.
And believe that he was being stupid. Because what he responded here was, you're really not going to say anything, huh? Which is manipulative, obviously. I get it. I do. But it's killing me. I keep replaying everything I said.
It is
I
not.
sounded insane, like actually insane. And now you won't even look at me, and I feel like I'm going out of my mind. I didn't mean to control you or make you feel small.
Well, maybe don't do any of that, and maybe she wouldn't be feeling controlled or small. Kind of obvious.
Oh, well, that's exactly what you did. I care about you so much it comes out wrong. All that anger, it wasn't about the guy. It was fear, jealousy. But underneath that mess, there's me, the version that loves you so much it scares me.
Why does it scare you to love her?
Okay, don't love that, right? That sounds like you're on the brink of a mental breakdown. I
Exactly.
love you so much it scares me is language of a guy where you would be like, if I can't have you, no one will. Don't
He's just so desperate, he'll just say anything at this point.
say that to anybody. But underneath that mess, there's me, the version that loves you so much it scares me, and I'd do anything to get you back. You don't have to forgive me now. Just tell me it's not forever, please. There's no amount of words or damage control that you can do to make this situation better. You just got to learn and move on and leave it behind you. A lot of people do dumb stuff, but it's how they deal with the consequences of that actions that determine who they're going to grow up to be, especially when you're young. I'm coming at this from a lens of, this kid is 18, she's 16. I'm giving a lot of context that doesn't exist. Like this is my ADD, right? I'm just like going down all these different streams of thought. If we are to pare all of this down into what is literally happening in front of us right now, he is being emotionally abusive, he's being manipulative, and he's being a piece of crap. And yes, 100,000%, yes, you should break up with him over this. It's not your responsibility to teach him how to be a better person. You got to drop him, and hopefully he learns from his mistakes. And that's all we can say about that. For context, we've been dating for about 6 months. This happened yesterday on a crowded train. I had a seat and was standing by the door. A man in his mid-20s who didn't have a seat either had a heavy bag and asked if he could place it under the seat. I said sure, so I slid it behind my legs. He thanked me, and I smiled. After that, he kept staring at me, but I ignored it. I had my earbuds in and was reading my book, just doing my own thing. We were literally still in our...
And in that which case, it's fine. I mean, obviously it's not okay for the middle-aged man to stare at you, but it's fine that you just ignored... You literally did the right thing. You ignored him. Had your earbuds in, you just simply helped the guy. Like, it's not that big of a deal. This guy's making it seem like it's the end of the world because you helped the guy and you smiled at him.
School uniforms. I'm 16, he's 18. We're in the same grade because my teacher made me skip a year when I was younger, and he joined school a bit late. I'm just more confused than anything. I still can't believe this is an argument someone can have. I've said enough about this. Let's see the comments. Not overreacting. First of all, congratulations on standing up for yourself like that. Do not second guess standing up for your own respect and safe space ever. Take that space up even when others wish you wouldn't. I want to be very direct with this. It might not be fun to hear, but it is necessary. This is the behavior of someone who doesn't value women's safety or autonomy. Yesterday, it was an aggressive and angry text, but it will escalate if you continue to interact with him. Show these messages to a couple trusted adults and cut ties with this man as well. Agree. Only solution, you gotta cut ties. When he says that's how men thinks, he means that's how I think, and I assume every other man does too. He's telling you he thinks a woman smiling at him isn't...
Yeah, he's very manipulative and desperate, and when you mix those two together in a guy, things can get pretty hectic.
Invitation to sexualize them. He's telling you that it would be the woman's fault if he acted on it. He told you that you should not expect anything different from a man. When he is angry at you for letting another man stare at you, he is showing that he sexually objectifies women and sees them as property, and honestly, you don't need any of that. This is the kind of person who does not act based on someone else's wishes, boundaries, or empathy. They act based on their own wishes and gratification. The moment he thought you were over, he told you how he really felt. He sees you as a joke. You are not a joke. Do not waste your time on him. And this is 25,000 upvotes. Not overreacting.
Yeah, I agreed. I totally agree, 100%. And with this guy is insane / crazy, and there's really nothing you can do to fix him. And you did the exact right thing for breaking up because, like the other comment just said, he's just going to keep doing the exact same thing over and over again, so you just need to cut ties with him immediately, because there's no changing him, there never will be, and he's just going to keep acting like this if you got back together, so you did a good job breaking up with him.
Not only are you not overreacting, but the way you handled that was fire. You are so awesome. I read the text first, and I want you to know that I assumed you were much older. I was thinking late 20s at least, and I was thinking queen, and then I read your age, and wow, please keep that energy. I wish I had known how to handle this sort of thing at your age. I would have avoided so much garbage and found someone great much sooner. And let me say this. You know, I grew up with sisters, right? I have 4 sisters. I have 2 stepsisters and 2 half-sisters. And I know...
I have 2 sisters, 1 brother.
I hear a lot of the runoff from these dudes. I am on the receiving end of a lot of crazy text messages. I've seen guys being their manipulative selves, being their dumb selves, and trying to fight their way into a relationship or keeping someone, or it's this like imagined circumstance of like, I'll fight for you, baby. Like, this is real romance. We had our ups and downs and blah blah blah. It's like people are so misguided, dude. People are so misguided. You know what a great relationship is? A great relationship is a piece
of... A great relationship, in my opinion, is with someone you can trust, but not, like, try and manipulate them into someone that you can trust, but just someone you can genuinely trust, someone you have a great time with, and someone you truly love, and not for someone who, basically just apply those 3 things. Someone you can trust, someone you truly love, and someone you genuinely enjoy hanging out with. I think that's the perfect formula for a good relationship, and it'll last quite a while. I mean, of course, you probably are going to have at least one up or down, in your time together. But if it's someone you genuinely enjoy hanging out with and someone you truly love, I mean, you really can't go wrong with it. So, that's just my opinion. Let's see what he says.
One. In my lived experience, a great relationship is a peaceful one where you get to hang out with your best friend, love each other, you watch shows together, eat popcorn, you go try out new restaurants. That's a great relationship. A great
Exactly.
relationship isn't seeking to overanalyze your partner's behavior and then try to adjust it, you know? All right, you know what? We're going to go over to eye bleach for a brief second because this was.
But I think I'm going to end it there, guys. The story is over, so. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And I will be posting probably in another day or two, maybe a couple of days, depending on how the uploading schedule is looking. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching so much, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for being such an attentive audience, and hope you enjoy the video. Anyways, peace.